This is what happens when you go past the midnight. Things get a little funky, but this crowd is awesome. It's been hanging around. It has hardly dwindled, as they know we're here until at least 1 a.m. in the morning to solve the answer. ViCi and beastcoast, who goes home today? Can beastcoast start this day and end this day with a 3-game round victory?
I mean, they're undefeated in game 3 so far, right?
Great sample size.
Even JJ's hearts aren't exactly at 100% effectiveness right now.
Yeah, well, remember, every heart, like, left is a bit bigger than the right, huh?
Hey, and you talk about a game 3 lineup, right?
Yeah,
this is an Alchemist.
Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should focus on the seriousness of the game. Alchemist in the game.
To me, it's all about thinking about the win conditions and how they're addressed, right? I see a Void on ViCi, I see a Wyvern on beastcoast.
I think K1's feeling like this is the last game. It's like, I went Greaves to, like Greevil's Greed to begin with, but I still want to walk up and try and battle against ViCi. Eurus, he won't get this one. He'll just time walk away. But it will be a 2-2 trade-off as far as the bounty runes go.
You take those. This isn't a relatively uncountered Alchemist. If you're going to win this game as ViCi, it's Ori that's going to have to shine. Same hero concept as the Pugna, strong early game, dominant mid game, tower pressure, but unlike the Pugna, you can truly take over a match, as we've seen players such as, honestly, Ori's done it, Sumail's done it time and time again, even in this tournament.
And I'm interested to see how beastcoast deal with it. Of course, Ori, one of the things that kind of stung was how Gambit were able to destroy Ori's Leshrac with this very farmed up track in late game. But this time around, it's Chris Luck going against Ori in the lane. He's already starting off with some good harassment.
And Ember, excellent hero with TI so far in this tournament. Not ideal results. I believe only 1 win. And finally, you can see ViCi, they've scouted it. No more mid wards, because my man Chris Luck has always got that sentry ready to be placed, but he will not find a ward this time.
No, they put the ward a little bit further to the south. Watch the rune movement instead, but it's still not stopping Chris Luck and Ori going hammer and tongs, and they got support coming in. PYW there for the quick rotation with the lightning point. That was just enough slow to keep him in range and get Rubik's first blood on the board.
At least it went to the Rubik though, so Leshrac not with a huge lead just yet. And then, what is this? Wyvern and then a Baden top. You do not see this every day.
You really do not. And the Wyvern, like, there is a lot of save that can come, like between the shields as well as the cold embrace, but this all requires a couple of levels. As we've seen a lot, Eurus is very happy to get up in your face and attack. Started it with the bounty rune and continuing it in lane. And so he doesn't even have the frost shield available yet. It's that double slow that I'm wondering how effective beastcoast's lane will still be once you now have frost shield, frost blast, and Eurus who can just time walk off the damage.
This whole game is going to come down to the K1 Alchemist. And if there's a man you can trust to play a Radiance hero, it's got to be Ektor.
Do you like it as well, the fact it's in that safe lane? Man, Whisper, that's a lot of damage, and that's what exactly the test we were putting it towards. Stick charges give a little bit more life, and the cold embrace. Stinger trying to stand his ground. DY's copying a lot of damage from the creep wave, but now it's Stinger who's in too close, and that last attack from DY can reach the Winter Wyvern.
Yeah, it's a tough lane. Top Lich Void, you have a lot of sustain and a lot of damage, but more importantly, Lich specifically, because you keep reapplying the slow thanks to the Frost Shield, you don't actually get the value out of the Abaddon Shield. And if Wyvern moves left, he should be able to get XP here. Will he grab it? Indeed he does.
Nice. Very nice. Legion? Xiao Yi is copying so much damage at the bottom, almost baiting K1 in, but Schofield is there and K1 will fall. Hey, under that Legion commander, but it gives Magnus something back as well.
Under the circumstances, though, you know, this is an Alk with a mag in lane against an LC Rubik. Definitely outmatched against the enemy core, but they're even in CS, which means the Alk is truly ahead.
Well, the Alk now also gets the level 2 Empower buff up, so he's getting so much more inside the lane, and if there's some good stacks that are being prepared by Schofield, then things will get even better for him. But that's probably the reason why the pressure is continuously applied to K1. Magnus not great at zoning this out and even pulled the creep wave up. So this Radiant wave is being split into 2.
This game, it just, again, the tools are there for beastcoast. You've got a super aggressive core in the Ember Spirit, Alchemist to carry you throughout the mid and late game, Mag to help accelerate, and then the Wyvern Abaddon to provide sustain, counter initiation. ViCi, they've got to kill towers, and they need Ori to go off. That's really the key thus far. Even in the mid lane for now, And I like this. You can see PYW thinking about rotating back over, but this cool ward placed behind him in lane on Chris Luck should be able to keep him safe.
Yeah, the only way he can really approach is by coming in from the Dire side, and that's more than enough information. The Abaddon gets picked off under the tier 1 tower, so once again, Lich able to keep that distance, but here's that observer board going to work, and they have more than enough time with the double damage rune. Ember Spirit has a little bit of extra protection, going for that quick slide of fist, but it won't be enough, or will it? Stick charge as he gets to the tree line, and is able to survive, but that'll be a long walk home.
He lives because he bought a new Fairy Fire when he died that first time. Really heads-up maneuver by Chris Luck. You don't see many mid players do this anymore.
Someone got a level 2 overwhelming odds, ready to drop on Schofield's head. I think there's somebody. Xiao Yi? No, he's looked toward K1 instead. That's a good build-up, so K1 should be a little bit more careful, press the attack, some heavy damage. It's like this safe lane of Beast Coast is just never allowed to have any level of, life. But they want to get their shrine up 5 seconds, so at least they'll get efficiency that way. But they also want to grab runes, but it won't happen. That's why there's also the contest up on top. Lich able to pick up the aggressive rune on top. All 4 go to VG, denying it to the Alchemist.
Yep, that is huge. You get 2.5 times the bounty rune gold with level 2 in Grievel's Greed, and you know ViCi, if they're anything, they're disciplined, and they are very aware of that fact, controlling all 4, as you said.
Keeping their team ahead. Looks like Legion Commander's also going to leave for a second, but it's for the 5-minute shrine. Again, another efficiency from VG Gaming. But this gives Alchemist a lot of time to farm up as well. And he's going to get a lot of money from this. While up on top, the initiation, more TP supports coming in the form of Rubik. And Abaddon just needs to get the hell out of here. But telekinesis, he needs to get in range and I'll pull him straight back. Whisper, he's got a Photic Shield available as Rubik. There's your first hit. Their shield comes up. Difficult kill to perfectly claim because you've always got that chance of miscoil.
Yep. And there's just so much heal. I love the decision.
Oh, mid lane. Chris Luck. Ori just pulsed over through him. And then there's even get the Invis rune from top river. Whisper, shields are up, stick charges available as well, trying to make his run back towards the tower. Winter Wyvern a little bit too far away, so underneath the tower, Whisper turns and he will deny himself, doing a lot of damage into Eurus. No efficiency stick charge, using backpack, not ground, but Winter Wyvern, that cold embrace. The heal is good, but Ori's damage is better. In fact, Ember, slide of fist, it's no steering chain leveled.
Well, you can see these stacks. 1 triple, 2 triples, actually. This is so much gold for the Alchemist, and that's why...
He dropped the ward.
Exactly. Not just to block further stacks, but more importantly, to see when this out-rotates. The moment he does so, don't be surprised to see ViCi just collapse onto the shrine.
Can Ori just take this as well?
Good.
Had you chosen to live?
Like, won't be as effective against the gold. Now he's going to go for it. The Alchemist is TPing in. He didn't see it. K1 instantly will be exploded. Not just the stack, but the Alchemist as well. This is huge for VG, and Ember Spirit needs to try and counter it. More support's coming in the form of the Magnus. Rubik goes south, the core goes north, so all they'll get is the support that's meant to protect the stack. Only one of them is really saved, but so much commitment from Beast Coast. All they get is a Rubik, and Legion Commander's getting a free lane on bottom. So much rotation being forced.
That is such an enormous play from ViCi, because by taking the stacks, by killing the Alch, it's not about the gold you're getting. Like you're actually taking like twice as much away from the Alchemist. It's a huge swing.
And as the time, he had to go all the way back to base. He TP'd to that shrine. So now he's walking to the bottom lane. It's so much downtime for an Alchemist. That's costly.
It is, and it's because you also like you turn time into gold so much faster than every other hero. Anything that slows down your radiance, like that's when you really start to accelerate. That's like 3 minutes later now.
4 heroes together going after the Abaddon. He will skill up the borrowed time, and all of VG will just stop attacking. Apart from Lashrak, he couldn't stop it. Now underneath the tier 1 tower. Together, they can do a lot of damage. There's 3 points at Edict. The only chance that Beast Coast have to try and counter this is to go for the Legion Commander. No concoction being leveled up. They need a control. The slow won't be enough. Chris Luck's on his way, but no searing chains either. They don't even have, actually don't even have a stun.
They got a skewer, that's it.
Yeah, he could just like, okay, well TP, or they could just have DY arrive. And now the duel is out. How much have you got? That's just white ball. Cold Embrace will buy a little bit of extra time for Chris Luck, but he's still gonna go down. That felt a little too easy for VG.
They're just on top of the rotations. Another game and another dominant early game performance. And it just, the play they made onto that top shrine is literally game winning because they don't just kill the Alk. They force his TP, they kill the creeps, and they blocked both camps. So now you have to go to this low value area of the map. K1, you want to be playing top side. Instead, he's bottom, and it's super value for ViCi to just continue invading this area of the map.
As of exactly where DY goes, the Spirit jump forward, he'll get the Frost Shield up. And now the damage will really be tested, shield on shield action, but Legion Commander's moving over as well. Duel's off cooldown in a second, but they've already lost DY. But you take the tier 1 tower on bottom, you take the tier 1 tower on top. There's less positions to protect this jungle. Maybe they feel with the buffed up Ember Spirit, they can go after the Legion Commander. It was good cleave, but Legion just walks away. The Alchemist is getting more space to farm up. That's BC's happy thought.
Yeah, but
he's about to hit 6k net worth, and that Radiance timing is going to be very important.
I love that. He lifts him backwards just to, not even for the deny on the Archer, just so Alchemist can't last hit it.
God, Abaddon. No borrowed time again, trying to go for this 10-minute bounty rune. They're so critical to get. Whisper is able to pick it up. Of course, at the same time on bottom rune, the door was out. So Chris Luck gets picked off, and then the Chronosphere on top. Abaddon, borrowed time, 5 more seconds. He's got 10 1 charges available, and he buys time by getting these shields off. Now borrowed time triggers. But where's the extra damage? Stinger's trying to help out. The Splinter Blast won't go. PYW created just enough space. There was no bounce.
Bit too aggressive there from Whisper. Pays with his life. Chris Luck did go down, but he did grab the bounty rune. And usually you want your Alchemist to have a Radiance about this time. Instead, he's got just the Relic. Still impressive that K1, even after the laning phase was so dismal.
Ember Spirit, Sleight of Fist. They instantly start over on the Lich. Magnus was looking for it. And the Spirit jump forward is so slow. And with a Sleight of Fist, now you're feeling Chris Luck's in a little bit too deep. Wants to go for one more Sleight. Now they're out of range.
I like that we have Max Edict on Ori. It's the reason he's able to take these towers so easily.
Stinger in more trouble. Eurus right on top, Stinger juking nicely. Gotta move back around again. Does he want to take to the trees? Tries to cut back in. Will throw the ult down, but it feels like a bit of a waste.
If it saves him, I think it's worth. Eurus, that like you get that kill, you've got a Midas. Even with the tip, let him know he's thinking about him. Look at the warding from this Dire lineup too, love it. There's just a wall of wards to try and deny this Alchemist his jungle.
But he'll have his Radiance. Radiance as well as the band is on the way.
And
he's like, I see money on the bottom lane, but I don't know if I'm safe to farm this.
And we've seen this how many times, right? ViCi, they play such a great game. You can see here, nothing special. Stinger just ring around the rosy, gets levels, I think from that one creep dying to the right. Just enough to save him. Like, we've seen it. It doesn't matter that ViCi have owned the early game. It doesn't matter that they've made great rotations. You're playing against an Alchemist. You make a mistake, you might just lose the game straight up, especially when he's farming with Empower this entire time. He's killing a creep wave with 3 auto attacks.
Magnus was so close to breaking the smoke. Now they get to the Alchemist. Chemical Rage will pop. And there's a lot of support. Yeah, he's on the way in. Concoction will start this on over on Lich. They don't want to get too close, however. The Chain Frost is going to start bouncing back and forth. Goes over to the neutral creeps, down to the saddle, then back over to K1. Is he going to get the RP? Only one being called. A shot. RP stolen by the Rubik. That's going to be huge to use. Still holding on to it. They chase K1 into the trees. The duel, however, from Legion Commander keeps the Winter Wyvern out. He can't get close enough for the curse. Now the RP pulling the Alchemist out of the Chronosphere. But they get the kill, and Chris can't move himself out of the tree line. Sinister Gauge from DY pulls him back in once more. A quick Sleight of Fist. At least he was able to pick up the Rubik in the trees, but beastcoast falling apart at the seams. The only reason why the gold looks so good, aka only 1,000 to VG, is Alchemist factor.
Yeah, Chris Luck has just been, his trademark aggression for the first time so far this tournament really just not paying off for him. Getting picked off left and right. It's a tough match now for this beastcoast side. Whisper also for the first time not on a playmaker, he's on an Abaddon. There's nothing he can really do to recover his own game. He's just here to support his team.
So many TPs to the bottom lane. Now Yi feels it coming and he's already retreating back out. And they even just send some Lashrak illusions to scout out where the rest of Beastcoast is moving.
That's really good movement from ViCi. Again, a Midas onto the Void. I'm not sure I like it, to be completely honest. I feel like that Maelstrom would not just help him farm, but also increase his DPS significantly. The game he's going to need a mid-game. We can see once again the great split and the immediate steal from PYW.
He was just on the edge of that RP, so close he could smell it.
It's It's worth blowing everything here. They ensure the kill. Ori having a great game as well this far. Trying to force the Abaddon ult middle. We'll go wanting, but an arcane rune bottom. If there is a rune and a hero that's matched flawlessly, it's got to be the Lesh.
I just love how PYW has a Veil of Discord 14 minutes into the game and a Blink Dagger now arise for Legion Commander. What do? Instantly put it to use. Smoke up in mid, try and find a target. Chronosphere is on cooldown for 25 seconds, but there's a good target in the Winter Wyvern. Even a better one in Chris Luck. Where is this Spirit jump back?
We're gonna hunt the Spirit.
Oh, he goes straight over towards the Rubik. There to grab him, pick him up, throw him back down again. They need that duel before he's able to Spirit. There it is, man, they hit hard.
Chris Luck doesn't seem as comfortable on this Ember as his other signature heroes. That would have been a really easy, you know, you throw out another Spirit as you're remnanting, there's no way you're gonna get caught there. He knew the Rubik was in the vicinity. Nice job from ViCi though to hunt both the hero and ensure you camp the Remnant. All it took was a 1/10 of a second mistake, and that's a free duel.
There has been a while though where K1 not being as contested inside of these jungles. Obviously, there's a lot of hero kills coming in. More Spirit jumps forward. There's this Rubik, who's the one Spirit jumping to chase after the Magnus.
They are everywhere on this map. ViCi are swarming. And meantime, Ori got both bounties bottom. We'll have his Kaya complete in just a moment. I love the emphasis ViCi have on increasing their magical damage output. That's how you really slay these squishies on ViCi.
Duel in towards the making money with the Frost Shield. Ori will get the chains done as well. You won't get the duel victory. Actually, no, you do. He got it in time.
Hey, they're everywhere, man. Like what, there's 4 top, now there's 4 mid. All of a sudden, you can start rocking and rolling towards this mid tier 2. And Void is still shoving top as well.
As long as Edict is up, these towers are really under threat. And what's the Alchemist going to keep doing? He's trying to build into this BKB, now Recipe away. Now, it'll cost him his buyback if he does it. And Whisper, incapable of really stopping the push, and even giving that level 4 Aphotic Shield over to PYW.
He's already my MVP in this game. He's made so many plays on this Rubik. It's not as if he doesn't even need to try to use the ultimate. It's, you know, it's like he could pick and choose which spell he wants at the time. He's got it. And it's such a nice quality of life increase to have that shield. You don't have any defensive cleanse on your side.
Void jumping in, gets the Chronosphere off. Alchemist caught on the edge of it. Cold Embrace helping Stinger, giving some extra life. And it's a good curse over on Leshrac.
Got
A
RP.
lot of extra damage. The RP never came. Not off in time. Magnus, hey! He's in the fight. Duel is down. And 2 heroes. Going the way of VG Gaming. Alchemist lucky to get out and instantly moving to the top lane. Away from everyone at VG.
This is a completely different VG from what we saw in the previous game. This time, they've got that ability to rinse, repeat, find kills. Not just the team fight from the Chrono, but the duel. Ori's Yules into stun combination, PYW everywhere on the map. You can see them playing, averaging over a kill per minute. Is a new ViCi. They are not trying to go out of this tournament without a fight. And now it's just really cool. You'll leave Eurus bottom. He's got no Chrono, so he farms this area of the map where there's most likely going to be no one contesting him. The rest of the lineup, you can look to keep hunting. Already 46 dual damage onto the LC.
So VG, they just keep going, but BKB, Vlad's is up. This may be the time in the Beast Coast feel is the best. And who have they really got? Xiao Yi runs away, the concoction, not even being prepped by K1. This feels like he's just like, are they ready to fight? I don't think so. We're still missing Void, we're still missing Leshrac.
Yeah. And it's a great pickup as well on Xiao Yi. He's got a pipe ready just as the Beast Coast lineup looks to come online and start fighting. That means 5-6 ticks of that Radiant's gonna do absolutely nothing to his teammates.
When was the last time, you saw a Desolator build over on the Ember Spirit? Like it's,
I don't mind it in this game, to be honest.
You'll mind this. Duel out, Winter Wyvern. Down he goes. And plus 64 is now the count on Legion Commander.
In this kind of game, if you go for the typical drums and the Maelstrom build, you're just going to end up being ineffective. A Deso plus the Alchemist's Acid Spray, you have a ton of minus armor represented. Those maxed out unstable concoctions start to do incredible damage. And you also shred through this Lich, 4 armor on him, Rubik with just 13. Maelstrom finished on the Void now. Might like to get aggressive here. Whisper, where are you doing, bro?
Yeah, he's a long way forward. Trying to create a little bit of extra space.
Alx here.
Now, Alchemist TP's in. He's got a fresh mana style and BKB ready to go. Concoction being prepared. A very early stun over onto the lich. Broken free by the press of the attack, but it's a great curse. But the Chain Frost causing some problems, but not that much actually. The BKB of Alchemist allows him to fight, and there goes DY, the Chronosphere. It catches Abaddon as well as the Winter Wyvern, but Alchemist is still trying to break the backlines. The RP still not able to get off in time. Ember is hunting on the side. We've got 3 different battles in 3 different positions, and Alchemist needs to get this Concoction started off. He just keeps getting locked up. The shields are up, and now the Searing Chains as well. Faceless Void, maybe not the easiest target, but the RP holds him there, and the Concoction, the Chain start. No! He time walks down, but the Spirit Jump in towards the Rover. Iris trying to get up the hill and far away, but he can't get far enough. Beast Coast showing some bite finally in this game.
It looks like a mistake, but Schofield dying before RP was actually a super next level play. PYW was there ready to steal it immediately. Instead, he allows himself to die, buys back, gets the solo RP, which then sets up for a kill on the Void. If he RPs there, all he does is give it away to Rubik, and they don't find a kill because Alk is out of position. That was really, really cool. And it's a big reason why they take that fight. Incredibly important that they killed that Void. It would have been nice if they kept him on the high ground, but you take those, and they trade buybacks evenly as well.
And this really starts to swing. 4 bounty runes going the way of Beast Coast. You get a double damage bottled up for Chris as well. The gold graph will start to swing up. We're going over 4,000, just going up by that's about 6K swing for both gold and experience, and it's rising still.
Dude, something's got to be done about this hero, though, man.
That
What was that?
Alchemist?
20,000 net worth.
Here you go again. So look for the death.
6 shield.
He's already fought back.
This is the Abaddon factor. You're going to keep your Alchemist alive, no problem. He actually went a little out of position, running all the way to the left, not recognizing, wait, my mag is still here. He's got RP, but we're coming back live.
To watch
Singer went down, yeah. Didn't even have time to switch over. So much dual damage.
Plus 82. Now, Alchemist is no easy way to jump in. He's just going to be that frontline tank.
He's going for a heart. It's actually complete. This hero...
Heart and AC.
He picks up an item every 2 minutes.
They're actually going to win out on both sustain, the armor, like, once the AC is up, and then they've got the counter armor.
Yep. It's 9 to 24.
Actually, how much life does ViCi, how much armor will he even have? Once you have, like, you get hit by Desolator, you're in Acid Spray, and you have the AC effect on you. The armor difference is just going to be rising, and the damage is still increasing because you've got this damage build on Ember with the Empower buff up. Everything is increasing. And now they go towards Legion Commander to skewer him away, so he's going to walk the long way around to get down the ramp. But there was no secondary control.
I feel rather dumb. That's why you go the Deso, Toby. You don't need the farming item. You have Empower. You're effectively playing with a free Battle Fury on the Ember Spirit.
Chris, that double damage rune trying to go to work, but Chris Luck slowed down by the lightning. They're picking up Whisper, bring him back in, but borrowed time. Chronosphere is down. They found the Winter Wyvern over on the side. The damage output from Eurus, it will be enough. Then he goes over towards Whisper, but the bigger heroes, can they kill him off? Now you actually have your Chain Frost. Chases up towards the Alchemist, tries to dodge it with the Manta Style. Won't matter, it's already worn off. Concocts himself up as Faceless Void. Running up the river, they're gonna think about the tier 1 tower.
Dude, you cannot fight this as ViCi. You need to buy time.
There's a TP coming in from Ori. He's under the tier 1 tower. He's able to get the double stun. He's putting your worst to the test. K1, he looks for the stun. It won't happen. The duel is out once again. Magnus deleted for a full minute. That BKB wears off in 1 second time. And Ori, there's no Your Scepter, but he's got Split Earth. The lightning will help him set up for it. Where is his Ember Spirit? He's jumped so far up. He's actually at the tier 2 tower now. Up the mid lane. The curse is good. Instantly killing off Ori. Singer, that's some value. Curse getting down the hill and away. Now finally, after the long run, Chris has finally rejoined the fight. He kind of Searing Chained all of the Ancients, however, and then gets rooted. That's not the greatest play in the world, but it won't matter when K1 stays on the front lines. The shield protects the Rubik, but the Spirit, it won't stop that. Another double Searing Chains. Chris Luck continues the rampage. Concoction up. This is a nice cocktail of Beast Coast, taking the tier 1 tower and that very extended team fight.
You can't kill Alchemist. If all of his teammates are dead, maybe you've got a chance. But did you see, like in the span of 3 seconds, he got ult up, the heart started regenerating, he was full HP. It's a 4,000 health Alchemist. They pursued way too long. And you can see, this is the point of no return. Whisper dies, but he's gonna buy back. Or rather, he got the shield off in time to save his Alchemist, who then just pops Soul Ring, and suddenly, you've gotta get the hell out of here. But as you said, Chris Luck out of position, was too far forwards. Now he has time to catch up, and ViCi, you're just dead. There's nothing you can do no longer.
Like, well, this is going well for us.
We're in the base, by the
come
way.
back to
We're hitting
real
tier
life.
3s.
We're hitting tier 3s, getting Skullfell being picked up as well. The tier 3 tower is now down. There's no buybacks being available, so this melee Arax can be chipped away. And Chris is ready to go again with a Searing Chains. The root on Face's Void. They keep the control going. Void's dead. Dead for a minute. The duel is out. Is there something to save him? They skewer away the Legion Commander, freeing him up from the duel. The Chain Frost also being wasted. This Alchemist will tank through absolutely everything. The new creep wave has also arrived. Even a Blink Dagger can be coming out in just a second. What did he steal? Oh, that's not going to help. It's only going to be Skewer. They pick him up each other, and now you can get the stun off. PY, he skewers back the Magnus, but it will not help. Magnus tries to skewer away, and they're going for more. It feels like they're almost going for a GG push. Remember the Rax, RP, controlling Ori. They need to follow up with more stuns. Concussion from K1 not even built up. It's a great overwhelming odds. The Rax has been taken. There's no mana for the Alchemist to work with, but he doesn't need it. He can just slice his way to victory. They've taken mid-Rax, and once again, ViCi, 3 heroes down without buyback, but beastcoast will be happy with this moment. 24 minutes in, they take an entire mid-Rax.
I don't even know how this is possible. K1 just hit 300 CS before 25 minutes on this Alchemist. He has at 26,000 net worth, and that heart pickup, man, so critical here. Just because ViCi, they had so much magic damage. They're all about amplifying that. If he goes AC earlier, yeah, maybe he does a bit more damage, but you don't need that. You've got him power. Instead, he goes for the raw HP. That leads to the over pursuit. One fight. We said one mistake from ViCi, and all of a sudden, you've got major Alchemist problems. 1,079 gold per minute. I don't know what the record is, but he's got to be in spitting distance.
It's looking good no matter what. If you're a Beast Coast fan, there's a lot more to work with for VG. If you can just get your timings, if you get these pickoffs right, that 100 dual damage of Legion Commander into something, but instead, it's Beast Coast blinking forward, getting aggressive, a fresh Lincoln Sphere over on this Ember Spirit, so he's got a way to avoid that initiation.
And
The Alchemist has the full Assault Cure Us done.
one of the few games I agree with this Max
I
W built
don't
in
know
that
about
too.
this. A close quarters fight for Faceless Void, ready to jump in. There's no RP available, it's on cooldown. Legion Commander runs forward. So much damage, the duel is out, but that didn't feel so right. No buyback available, and Ember Spirit wants this fight. The Chain Frost will start bouncing around with the Spirit Jump and just gets completely whipped out. And Faceless Void, he'll chrono up, but he can't stay too close. He has to time walk away or else he gets stunned up by the Alchemist. And now Ember Spirit, he's thinking about more. Looking for the Faceless Void, he gets a Searing Chains. He'll get a solo kill onto the Void. Buybacks are available underneath the shrine. Ori's trying to fight, but he doesn't have it in him anymore. Down goes the Lashrak. Beast Coast, from one strength to the next, they'll push the tier 2 tower on top, and you know they won't stop there.
This is insane, Toby. You cannot stop this lineup anymore. This is an OG lineup, true and through, and when you reach this point in a game, you are unstoppable. The constant shield from the Abaddon ensuring his Alk and Ember not just stay alive, but continue to deal damage, limiting the time they're disabled. You've got Empower, you've got Vlad's, you've got Medallion. AC, there's so much damage output. ViCi just keeps spamming spells with no avail.
You just don't know what they can do without the Legion damage, without the Chronospheres. Like, what you can do is you can lose a lane of Rax. Can't believe that VG Gaming have found themselves in this position. They were #1 in Group A. They dropped only one game out of the entire run, and that was to Alliance. Then knocked down 2-0 by Gambit. And now Beast Coast, after what has been one hell of a day, are bearing down with a 19k gold advantage, 2 full lanes of Rax up, and Roshan's on the menu, boys.
This is a team that never says die, Toby. To think they were about 3 seconds away from losing in the series before this one.
VG's coming.
Does it?
They don't have Chrono, though.
You can't kill Alk. You've got to get the Wyvern and the Mag.
It's going to break. They were looking to try and contest Roshan. Ori, he was inside the pit for a second, but now as Alchemist, hey,
hello.
Come for me. Chemical Rage up there. We'll get the chains done. Zombie still got mana still to break free. Lashrak already down to 50% HP, and they found the Rubik in the back lines. It's just Chris Luck's choice to go after him. The BKB's up the concoction. DY! Oh boy! Say goodbye as well, the Rubik. The supports can't be real heroes. Lashrak broken free, trying to get that extra distance. It's so difficult. The skewer, actually, just a shockwave, pulling him back a little bit closer. Faceless Void's behind him. They actually smoke up Beast Coast. They want to find this kill. Void, stay where you are. Concoction, 3, 2, there's your job.
And And the tips continue to rain in.
Oh,
You might get eliminated from this tournament, Paparazzi, but at least you can go buy yourself one of those old sets in the shop.
yeah. I hate to tell you though, those tips don't count. This be custom games.
Well,
Are they going to do, like, there's no play to go for. Like, Roshan, this belongs to Beast Coast. It's already been taken. They put the Aegis Immortal into the hands of the Ember Spirit, and I'm seeing new items arriving. He buys a Blink Dagger to keep that aggression level up. And look who's on bottom lane. Ori, time your Yule Scepter correct. He makes a break for the tree line, gets the stun, and then out he gets. Here's the Fog of War.
but there's 2 racks dead, and Beast Coast,
Just gonna go up the bottom.
a short march to victory is almost assured if they just... I'm not even sure what kind of error you would need to make. This lineup, it's one of my favorites. It scales not just with damage, but with survivability. This hero that's killing all of you has 4,000 health. What are you supposed to do?
With a 314 regeneration of heart, like he goes straight back up if he can just disengage for a second. And he's even buying Aghanim Scepters. I think the rest of the Lincoln Sphere is meant to be flying out too. Yeah, it is. It's coming in on the Courier right now, so he drops his boots to go high ground. Courier, get in there. It's a war zone. An Alchemist is your tank. Legion Commander now with a BKB, searching for a target, but this entire BKB timing, he doesn't know who he wants to go on. Now they found the target. It's the Ember Spirit, able to steal the Searing Chains. Chain Frost doing some decent work, but they're still so tanky. Beast Coast, the damage output is already there. Lich has to fight back. RP, and the big catch up over on 2, and watch that cleave damage go to work. The Chronosphere, it may buy a little bit of time, but you're seeing Eurus, he's just got no damage. They'll sit there in time to think about the GG call and what Beast Coast have achieved today. They were forced for a full 3 games in their first and now their second series of the day, eliminating one of the biggest teams that we thought was going to test all the other teams in this tournament. They knock them out in the Lowerbracket round 2, taking out ViCi Gaming.
Unbelievable. Who'd have called this? Taking out the tournament favorites in style. We're about to hit 1 a.m. local time.
People who call this were the people that called OG winning their first TI. It's just that thing where, man, these guys, they play really well. You're never 100% certain it's going to happen, but if you believe, it can be rewarded. And Beast Coast, their performance today is rewarded, but they've got so much class in their team as well. But it feels like they're going to learn their comfort areas in their